it used to be we're focused on the halvings, but at this point, the entire natural supply of Bitcoin is only 450 Bitcoin available for sale every day. That's sort of about $45–50 million a day at this level. That is all being consumed by the Bitcoin treasury companies, and the Bitcoin ETFs are coming on strong. My forecast in July of last year in Nashville was Bitcoin's going to appreciate 29% a year on average for the next 21 years. And that moves it from, it was about mid-60s, 65,000 to 13 million a coin in the year 2045. I'm getting more bullish on that forecast, but I'm certainly comfortable forecasting 30% a year ARR on average for the next 20 years.
Bitcoin is entering a new chapter, one shaped not by speculation, but by structural adoption, regulatory clarity, and surging institutional demand. Michael Saylor, executive chairman of MicroStrategy and a longtime Bitcoin advocate, has updated his long-term forecast. In a recent interview, he projected Bitcoin could grow at an average rate of 30% annually over the next 20 years, potentially reaching $13 million per coin by 2045. He emphasized that this time, his confidence is stronger than ever, citing that all the fundamental planets have aligned. This renewed conviction is backed by major regulatory and market milestones. U.S. authorities have officially recognized Bitcoin as the world's only digital commodity. Financial institutions are now permitted to custody it, and new accounting standards allow corporations to report real-time gains from Bitcoin holdings. As a result, over 100 publicly traded companies have integrated Bitcoin into their treasury strategies, with more joining regularly. Meanwhile, the post-halving supply squeeze is intensifying. Only $50 million worth of new BTC is mined daily, and that supply is already being absorbed entirely by ETFs and corporate buyers. Saylor isn't alone in his outlook. PlanB, the creator of the widely followed stock-to-flow model, has also reiterated his bullish stance. In recent updates, he pointed to on-chain data and historical market cycles that suggest Bitcoin's upward momentum is far from over. Taken together, these signals reflect a growing consensus. The next phase of Bitcoin's global monetization is already underway.
What's exciting here is we've done 3 IPOs of preferred stocks in the past 6 months. Strike was our first convertible preferred, and that was up 29%, while all the other prefers were down 6%. Strife was a fixed preferred, paying 10% fixed yield at par. That's up 22% versus all the other preferreds down 4.5%. So Stride was the third of those preferreds. And what's going on here is we are offering fixed US dollar yield, and we're swapping it into BTC yield, which is what our equity investors want. The big breakthrough is that in the preferred market, the capital never comes due. There's no refinance risk. We're basically offering a perpetual US dollar yield forever. We're getting the capital forever. And so by matching a very long duration instrument on the liability side with a long duration asset, we're creating, in essence, an indestructible balance sheet. And these preferreds are a very scalable, extremely low risk way to generate leverage to drive a very large premium into the MSTR stock.
Introducing the all-new Ledger Flex. Your next level crypto wallet is here. Sleek, premium, powerful. The Ledger Flex delivers a solid, high-end feel with smooth edges for a more comfortable grip, and that satisfying nostalgic sound you didn't know you missed. Still clicking away in your old Nano S? It's time to upgrade and lock in your crypto gains with style this bull run. Smooth, modern design, built for serious profit. Click the link below to grab your exclusive Ledger Flex. Ditch the rest, go Ledger Flex.
So it's a win for the fixed income investors because they're getting a yield 400 basis points more than typical preferred stocks or junk bonds would yield. And it's a big win for our equity investors because they want more Bitcoin, and this is a way to get leverage without worrying about any kind of bond coming due. The last 6 months have been tremendous. All of the fundamental planets have aligned. Bitcoin's been acknowledged as the one digital commodity in the world by the administration. The banking regulators have given a green light to bank Bitcoin. The accountants have upgraded the accounting to fair value accounting. There's been a surge of Bitcoin treasury companies. There's like 100 public companies or more that are holding Bitcoin on their balance sheet, and every single week there's another announcement. I think that, it used to be we're focused on the halvings, but at this point, the entire natural supply of Bitcoin is only 450 Bitcoin available for sale every day. That's sort of about $50 million a day at this level. That is all being consumed by the Bitcoin treasury companies, and the Bitcoin ETFs are coming on strong. So I'm very bullish. My forecast in July of last year in Nashville was Bitcoin's going to appreciate 29% a year on average for the next 21 years. And that moves it from, it was about mid 60s, 65,000 to 13 million a coin in the year 2045. I'm getting more bullish on that forecast, but I'm certainly comfortable forecasting 30% a year ARR on average for the next 20 years. I think Bitcoin's up 57% a year for the past 4.5 years. Again, that's double the Mag 7. That's quadruple the S&P. That's 8 times real estate, and bonds are down 4%. So Bitcoin is smashing everything, Joe.
While Michael Saylor's long-term Bitcoin forecast is anchored in fundamentals like regulatory clarity, institutional demand, and strict monetary supply limits, other analysts are reinforcing that bullish view from a technical and cyclical perspective. One of the most prominent voices is PlanB, the pseudonymous creator of the stock-to-flow model. In his latest analysis, PlanB argues that we're not just in a bull market, we're at the very beginning of one. Challenging the idea that bull runs must fit neatly into a 12-month timeframe, PlanB points to historical data and key indicators like the Relative Strength Index to argue that Bitcoin's current structure signals extended upside. After a short-lived rally following the January 2024 ETF approvals, the market has now reset to levels that have historically preceded major surges. With RSI hovering around 69 and climbing, he believes Bitcoin is entering a phase of extreme strength. PlanB anticipates that Bitcoin could soon deliver several months of outsized gains, potentially 40% returns or higher, as both technical signals and macroeconomic drivers align. When combined with the structural tailwinds identified by Saylor, it becomes clear that Bitcoin may not be nearing a cycle top, but instead launching from a new and more powerful base. Let's dive into PlanB's full analysis to understand why this setup could be historic.
So right now it's a bull market, and also don't be fooled by the length of this bull market. It's not that bull markets are always 1 year. Historically, they are 1 year, maybe a little less, little more, but there's nothing that says a bull market can't last for 2 years. So, in fact, if we're looking at the data underlying the model, we're right now at the very beginning of a bull market. So we made sort of a fake loop in bull market territory after the January 2024 ETF introductions, and we're now right back at where all the bull markets in the past have started. So it's a very bullish signal, if you ask me. If we look at a technical analysis indicator, a very well-known one, the Relative Strength Index, the RSI. So the average RSI is 65, and oh yeah, everything above 50, RSI above 50 is an upward trend. So 65 really shows that strong upward trend in Bitcoin. And also the ranges, it ranges between, well, let's say 90, 95 and 40, 45. So right now we're at almost 70, 69. And Bitcoin has been ranging between, lately, last year, between 75 and 60. So oscillating around the average of 65. And what I expect, maybe I'm wrong, but a lot of traditional finance guys have entered the market, and if they see an RSI of over 70, which we saw here and here, they get spooked. They think it's overbought and they sell. So it's very well possible that we stay in a tight range, a tighter range, a more normal range for the RSI in the future, because more traditional finance guys have arrived. But it's also possible, and in fact that's, I think, more likely, that we'll see, after a period of bull market, of overbought, there will be a couple of years oversold, a bear market, overbought, oversold. So we're now entering a bull market. So in fact, this RSI chart is saying we're entering a bull market, and I expect a couple of months with an RSI higher than 80 plus. And that means RSI 80 plus means a return, a market return, a monthly return of 40% and higher. And just to, as an example of what that means, from the current level, price level 104,000, if we have 4 months of 40% gain, that brings us to $400,000 Bitcoin.
PlanB's latest analysis draws attention to a powerful correlation between Bitcoin and traditional equity market. He notes that a Bitcoin price near $100,000 aligns with the S&P 500 reaching around 6,000, while a move to 7,000 on the S&P could signal Bitcoin climbing to $300,000. This comparison highlights how Bitcoin is increasingly moving in tandem with traditional assets, yet retains the potential for outsized gains due to its fixed supply and rising adoption. Supporting this, PlanB points to Bitcoin's steadily rising realized price, currently around $47,000, with short-term holders showing even higher cost bases, a classic indicator of strong market momentum. Further strengthening the case, PlanB highlights a rare technical signal: the divergence between Bitcoin's arithmetic and geometric moving averages, something seen only during past bull markets. He also points to key on-chain metrics, like the RSI hovering near 69 and trending upward, suggesting that Bitcoin may be entering a prolonged phase of strength. Though still trading well below the theoretical $500,000 stock-to-flow valuation, Bitcoin is only 1 year into its typical 4-year cycle, leaving ample room for growth. PlanB's current forecast sees potential highs ranging between $250,000 and $1 million this cycle. While these signals are undeniably bullish, PlanB reminds investors that no model is infallible and risk tolerance matters. However, when paired with Michael Saylor's long-term conviction and the growing alignment between Bitcoin and traditional financial markets, a compelling narrative emerges. Bitcoin remains early in a major bull run. Strong fundamentals, increased institutional demand, and favorable macro trends are converging, setting the stage for significant upside in the months and years ahead. Before we continue with the rest of the video, do check out daily 5-minute crypto newsletter with all the latest crypto and Bitcoin news. It's a fantastic analysis of on-chain crypto data and breakdowns, and the best part is it's absolutely free. They'll cover expert predictions, breakdowns of on-chain crypto data, and any breaking news you need to know, all in a nutshell. Click the first link in the description and enter your email to join over 50,000 others in becoming a better crypto investor right now. For more Daily Dose Crypto news, check out these 2 awesome videos on your screen. Click now and we will see you on the next video.